Hello everybody, and in this video I will talk about our final exam. So first of all, I want to say is congratulations, and you're almost there. And so this is the last assignment you need to finish, and also it's timed. And so pay attention on the percentage of this exam in your final grade. So actually it's very important. So therefore you have to be very careful when you prepare for this test. Although I have the document already listed on the D2L, I understand some students prefer to listen instead of reading, so therefore I create this video. And also, besides just go through the important item I listed in this document I listed on the D2L, and I also mention a few tips to help you to get ready for these tests. And so first of all, when you are thinking to taking this test, make sure you are fully review what we learned during the whole semester. So first of all, go to the module 616 final exams. So you will be able to see three files so far. And so after I upload this review video, you'll be able to see four links. So first of all, so make sure you're gonna look at the first link, review full final exams. So basically, this file is talking about the format of the test and how you prepare for the test. So for this exam, what I want to say is the whole exam environment will be similar as your exam 1 and 2. So it will be on the D2L. And so the way you take it will be similar. So you can take any time between Monday to Sunday, 11 p.m. And so once you start, so for the final exam, you have to finish within 2 hours. So remember the first exam, second exam, you only have 1 hour, 30 minutes. Your final exam will have 2 hours. And so obviously, we have more time, we will have a little bit more questions. So therefore, I will talk about what will be covered and how the format of the tests. So for these exams, so you will cover everything we learned, chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, chapter 14, part A, part B, and chapter 15, and chapter 16, and chapter 20. And so this is basically everything we learned this semester will be covered. So now I will talk about the format of the test. So for this test, we totally have 3 sections. So it's so it will be have multiple choice. So we will have multiple choice. So we will totally have 20 multiple choices. It will cover everything we learned this semester except chapter 20. So basically, when you prepare for this test, look at your slides, the PowerPoint related to chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, chapter 14, 15, and 16. So all the slides you have to review, and also review all the quizzes you did on the Mind tab. And then lastly, follow this handout, review for finals. So to highlighting a few important concepts, make sure you review it. So the style of the question will be very similar as your quizzes. I will not ask you for the definition. So instead, the question will be more like applied questions. So for instance, I give you 4 variables, ask you, so which variable is considered as category data, right? So, or I give you 4 variable to ask you which one is more suitable to use the nominal scale of measurement to measure it. So those are the questions you will see. So I will not ask you what's the definition for category data or what is the definition for nominal scale measurement. So this is the section 1, 20 multiple choices. So for each multiple choice worth 1 point. So therefore, the first section will worth 20 points. So 20 points. And so for the second section, will be related to the regression model. So here I want to emphasize very important thing, that is, this section is not related to the simple linear regression model. Therefore, when you prepare for the second section, please don't look at chapter 14. So only look at chapter 15. Only look at chapter 15. So everything you will be test is related to chapter 15 and diagnostic. So that is we learn. I will point out which week we learned this part. So the reason I emphasize this part is because remember we talk about the differences between multiple and the simple linear regression model. So multiple linear regression model, when you interpret the partial coefficient, you need to keep other variable as constant, right? So that is one difference. And the second difference is when you calculate a prediction and the confidence interval for the mean of y and the individual y, so the formula you are using is much simpler, right? So for the prediction interval, that will be, so for the confidence interval, it will be equal to y hat plus minus t statistics and times SE, standard error, divided by the square root of n. So that is how you calculate the confidence interval for mean of y. So for the prediction interval of individual y, it will be y height plus minus t statistic times standard error. So you can see it's much easier. So don't get confused. So this is going to be a very quick question. So don't spend a lot of time to do the calculation. If that's the case, you are making mistakes. And so, therefore, to prepare for this test, so make sure you will review example 6, case 1. So especially the one with the dummy variable. Get familiar with how you do the dummy coding after I define it. So how you fill in the 0 and 1 to your dummy variables in the spreadsheet. And the second, review the example 6, case 2. The reason is in this part we do have diagnostics. So make sure you know how to generate those charts and how to make a decision whether assumption is valid or not. So review the slides that relate to diagnostics, remembering those healthy patterns like a horizontal band, like a line lay around the street light, etc. Okay, so that is what we're going to look at in case 1. And also review your attendance check. Check week 11 attendance check and week 12 attendance check. So those are the examples you worked that is highly related to the section 2. And also for section 2, and so I want to get you familiar with this test environment. So again, you're gonna work on Excel. So you will be able to download the data set like you did before in exam 1 and 2. And so there is a little bit difference compared with exam 2. So that is, so for instance, this is the data set I work on my research, but I just use this example. And so what you will receive on your spreadsheet is like, okay, so you have nothing for your dummy variable. So your dummy variable here, see, is for the region, right? So dummy variable has no 0 and 1. So after you read my description, you're going to fill in 0 and 1 and then run the regression. But also, you will given the regression, okay? So there is a one question asks you to generate the result, and then you also will be able to see the result from me. So your answer should look exactly as you can see on the regression, okay, on the regression tab or sheet. And so why I'm offering you this, the correct Excel output, because remember, so for the multiple linear regression model, you're going to have the output, you're going to do a bunch of calculation. So I just want to give you opportunity that even you get this result wrong, obviously you're going to be deducted points, but the rest of the question you will get it right because I offer you regression output. And so I just want to give you, just don't want to create the butterfly effect. You get the wrong output and then get everything wrong. So I give you this second opportunity, but again, please review how to fill in the dummy variables, and then get that question right. So, but if you really get it wrong, and please follow the Excel output I offer you to finish the rest of the question in section 2, okay? So every calculation has to be on the Excel, no calculator. On your end, you can use the calculator to do the double check, but every calculation has to be recorded on Excel. So how you calculate it, and so please don't use a calculator to do your calculation if the question needed. So this is section 2. So section 2 is 60 points. It's a lot of points, so it's very important. Make sure you spend a lot of time on the multiple linear regression model. And so the last section will be the decision making, and so it will be similar as your attendance check. So therefore, make sure you review your week 14 attendance check. And so if you take the opportunity to work on exam number 7, so make sure you look at exam number 7 as well. So the question, the format will be similar like exam number 7. And so the question will be very similar as your attendance check and exam number 7. So make sure review everything. So now what I want to do the next 2 minutes is I will go back to the chapter that we learned content related to section 2. So make sure you will revisit that weeks to get ready for section 2, because section 2 is a lot of points. You don't want to lose any points. So go back to attendance. So when did we learn the multiple linear regression model? So we learned multiple linear regression model and the diagnostics in week 11. Okay, so in week 11 we learned the diagnostics and our multiple linear regression model. So week 11, we learn a multiple linear regression model. So make sure look at a multiple linear regression model. So that is week 11, and then I believe it's week 12. Yes. So week 11 and week 12 are the two important weeks. You have to maybe you want to revisit those lecture videos about the computers, how to interpret your result. So 11 and 12 revisit these 2 weeks. And so these 2 weeks is related to the section 2, which is 60 points. So 60 points. And so that is what I want to say. And again, good luck. And I'm very lucky to have you guys in my class. And so I understand it's a very difficult time, but you guys already show me how persevering you are. And I got a chance to talk to several students during my office hour. I'm very thankful. And hopefully we will be able to back to campus again. And I will have a chance to talk to you in person. And so stay safe and healthy. And good luck with your finals week.